Absolutely. Thanks for having us, first of all. And yeah, so we're Shift. We're a marketing agency that focuses on paid acquisition. So Facebook advertising, Google ads, YouTube ads. And our methodology is always to not neglect creativity through advertising because we see so many terrible Facebook ads and we really want to remedy that situation.
Yeah, that's our mission.
Yeah.
Remove the ugly Facebook ads from
Exactly.
Facebook.
So
I
yeah,
love that mission.
yeah, too many drop shippers out there now. So yeah, we're just gonna guide you guys through two of our case studies. We think they're relevant because they really talk about our Facebook ads expertise and how you can leverage that for your business. So we're just gonna guide you through our process and give you takeaways on how you can implement that for your business. So let's start with Mozart. I think this one is going to be more relevant because it's e-commerce, and I'm pretty sure most of the crowd in your group is e-commerce, right?
Yeah, correct.
So yeah, Mozart is an arts and craft product company. So they sell like brush pens, watercolors, markers, that type of stuff. They are based in London, UK. And basically what was happening is they were exclusively selling on Amazon, and that was presenting a few problems for them. So first of all, Amazon like has a lot of competition. I think they were like the third best brand there, but still there was just so many companies and it was tough to kind of stand out from the crowd. On Amazon as well, you have less freedom when you are selling. Like you have to comply to the rules of Amazon, how they display products. So that was kind of problematic for them. And most importantly, when you sell on Amazon, it doesn't grow your brand. Like it basically grows Amazon. And well, that's like a nice gesture because Amazon really needs that help. That was not really cool for them. So they really wanted to expand and build their brand. And what better way to do it than social media? So that's where we hopped in. I think the founder reached out to us because he saw some of the results that Aristide was getting with e-commerce with his watch company. So yeah, we just hopped on a call and decided to work together. So yeah, it was really cool. And so yeah, I'm just gonna talk about the advertising process we were using for Mozart. So like all brands we work with, we have this sort of rule of thumb where we create a complete advertising process, so kind of an endless brand boosting customer loop where we always engage people into seeing different types of content. Because yeah, that's one of the main problems we see on Facebook is like people just keep showing the same ad. So we make sure that in that loop, we see people see different types of content upon different places of that loop. So for cold audience, what we thought would be really great is to kind of have this viral content vibe. So we were sharing videos of artists just creating stuff with the product, beautiful drawings. I think we have a video. Aristide, if you want to show that one so people can see.
Like user-generated content, right?
Exactly. So very, very native, something that works well with social media that doesn't really make you go like, this is an ad. Like it could be just randomly on your feed. It's the one that's called Becky Starmore, by the way.
Can you see it or no? Let me just new share. Oh yeah. Can you guys see it?
Yep.
Okay, great.
I mean, I can't, but I'm going to trust you on that one. I just see our faces.
Oh, these are so cool. It's like short videos that you see on Pinterest.
Exactly, yeah. And so basically what we did is we tried to go for kind of baity baity captions and like ad copies, trying to engage with people. So we would like ask questions to them. We would put like, look at this, this is amazing, with like a few emojis. And that was generating a lot of engagement. Like people were just watching this like crazy. I think this video got like 2 million views.
Yeah.
Aristide also always made sure to include a link to buy directly from that ad, because you never know when you're going to get cold sales. So this is something you can implement for your business. Always make sure to have your link to generate sales. And so, yeah, this ad was working so well. So we decided to just retarget, and we had a big audience to retarget people from. So then they hop on to the next step of the process. And that next step would be to show a video that kind of showcases the product a little more, but is still kind of native. So Aristide, you can show that next video of Mozart. So the Facebook promo.
I just saw 3 videos. Let me just check.
It's the last one I sent you.
Okay, I must have taken a bit of time.
Okay.
You can keep going. I'll show it right after.
Okay, yeah. So you guys can watch that.
You can also share it later on the group.
Yeah, I'll do
for
that.
sure.
I'll give that examples and like give you guys pointers. So yeah, they're on to the next step. They see something that's a bit more salesy, that's likely to generate more sales. And after that, we retarget people with dynamic product ads. So if people see a certain type of product on the website, we retarget them on Facebook directly with that product. So it's super contextual. People were really interested in that product specifically, and yeah, much more likely to buy. If they don't buy, what we do is we retarget them with like say testimonials or other type of ads to help smoothen the buying process. And if they still don't buy, we retarget them like 30 days-ish later. So as I said, they're always engaged in a brand boosting customer loop where they always see different types of content and they're never really bored with your ads. So yeah, Aristide, I'll let you talk about targeting and how they can optimize that and how we optimize it for Mozart.
Yeah, like pretty much 99% of the clients we work with, they probably created around like 600 campaigns with like the strangest wordings, and it's impossible to find yourself. And they tried every single targeting, but there was no there was no organization, there was no strategy, no planning. So first thing we did was find a way to analyze what they were doing in terms of targeting to see if there were some good audiences there. But generally, if they had a few prior results, so we went right away with lookalike audiences. Of course, like one of the best is the lookalike 1% audience, but I personally like to test really large audiences, and so we targeted the entire UK, for example, or the entire US, and we've also taken a lookalike 10%, which was way wider for the people who bought from them, and we just decided to focus on that for the cold audiences. And when it comes to retargeting, we tried segmenting the people who viewed or added content to the cart, and also the initial checkout inside another audience, because we knew those people had more intent. So we were giving them an actual discount, but for the view content and add to carts, generally some people are interested, they show interest more than people who watch a video, but they're still not as interested as someone who initiated their checkout. And so we would just try to remind them and not be too fast on the discount code, as we want to use this as a last resort strategy and not start applying those like huge discounts right away. And also, I think it worked well to retarget people with the benefits of their product once they've shown interest. That was working extremely well. And like Dorian said, with like the initial ad that was really attractive and viral, we were getting a lot of people inside the funnel, which is pretty much the goal for any cold ad. And then the retargeting was just like brainwashing them to buy the product. So
yeah,
it was really, really good.
Did you also try A/B testing?
Yeah, we tried A/B testing. So we had different creatives, like the one we showed you before, like with
Yep.
how do you call this? Like a time lapse of someone like making a drawing.
Mhm.
We had like a roses one which was working well. So we've just taken that strategy and just like multiplied it with a bunch of different painting styles,
Hmm.
rotating inside these audiences. But for retargeting, we were solely using DPA retargeting. So like dynamic products that were, if people saw a certain product on their website, they would see the same one. And also this benefit video ad was working really well, um, because we integrated a bit of the time lapse videos, but also the actual reasons why people should buy this product. So it was like a really good transition from like people looking at the video and being like, oh, I want to draw this, to like, oh, this is what I need to draw this. And then they would be interested and we would push them towards like the purchasing process.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And for the A/B testing, like what we like to do as well is using dynamic creative optimization. So you put up to 10 images or videos, and Facebook is just gonna optimize for the best one.
Mm, got it. And
Um, yeah, go ahead.
I see you reached with Mozart 60K followers on Instagram.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are interested in this subject. How can I gain my first I don't know 10K followers or something? Do you
Mhm.
have some best tips for this?
Yeah. So, well, I'm gonna hop on the takeaways, and that was actually the first thing. I think when we started working with them, they had 41K, something like that. And basically, what you want to do with social selling is to really build your community. So what the cold ads were doing is they were like bringing these people into the world of Mozart, and like people were directly seeing what could be achieved with those spends, and they were engaging in communities. They were all artists because targeting was good. So when you delight your customers with nice ads, it's gonna grow naturally. Like you don't need to put like ads or anything. Just grow your brand organically through good content, and it's gonna bring some good things.
Got it.
So yeah, that was the first takeaway. So build your community. Second of all, keep your customers engaged in that loop. So always show new content. Don't bore them with the same ad over and over again. Um, Make sure to have your ad account really clean. Like RC does that pretty well. Sometimes we hop on a client's ad account and it's like the Moroccan market, like it's all over the place. We understand nothing. And so yeah, keep it in order. It's going to be easier for you to find yourself and just get better results. And yeah, last thing, this is like really big for e-commerce, is show exactly how the product works. So like the second video I see showed, I think we have like close-ups of the tip of the pen. We have exactly how it draws on the paper. We really like have a strong feel of how it would feel in your hand. Like if you were selling cashmere sweaters, for example, I want to see close-ups. I want to see the fabric. I want to see people like moving in it. So this is still the best way to sell your product, is to show exactly how it works and how it feels in your hand.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like the
Yeah,
quality of the product. Yeah.
yeah.
yeah, exactly. And in general for Facebook ads, like any industry talking about, well, not any industry, but talking about e-commerce in any industry. So if you have a physical product, you'd be surprised at how important seeing the actual physical product is in terms of advertising. Just to tell you how far it goes, like we were selling tickets for an event and we just took like pictures of the pass with like just outside, it was like sunny,
Yeah.
it was summer, and this ad was like crazy results just because people want to see what it would feel like to have something physical. And
Yeah.
sometimes it's the physical thing that people buy and not even like what the actual pass is going to give to them. Like it's just a piece of plastic, you know.
Yeah.
But people were really like motivated to buy that. And so even if like you have a brand and you sell like t-shirts with your logo on it, and it's like something that pushes people to become, you know, to start working with you, just showing that actual product makes a huge difference, even if it's not the actual thing they're buying.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. You gotta sell them an experience.
Yeah, 100%. Okay, that pretty much concludes it for Mozart. If there are viewers, do they have questions? If there are not, let's just hop on to Pump Up.
Can I be the viewer?
Yes, you can ask questions.
Perhaps we will receive questions after in the comment section on the group, so we can reply there.
Yeah, good idea. Okay, so let's hop to Pump Up, the social fitness app. So yeah, they're a Toronto-based company where you can share your fitness journey, share what you eat. You can create your own workouts and share it with the community. So again, a very tight-knit community in the product, a bit like the artists for Mozart. And yeah, this company had just received, I think it was 2 million in funding, something like that. And they were looking to amp up their Facebook advertising. And yeah, there was several reasons it was not working. The creative had a very like stock footage like vibe, which is not good on Facebook. You want something that's native, that's yours, that's branded. Like I was saying, their advertising account was all over the place. Like we basically just turned everything off, and Aristide started reorganizing his kitchen like Gordon Ramsay. Yeah, so everything was kind of lousy. We put some order in that, and we created some footage for them, something that was more optimized to their goal of getting app downloads. So again, the advertising process, keep people engaged in that brand boosting loop with different types of creative. What was working well for us is, so we always start by testing all placement, but what was working really well was Instagram stories. I think it was mainly because video was short, concise, and the swipe up to download feature is super useful. It's easy to do. People are curious. So it's just like, it's automatic. You know, you watch this, you're like, oh, why not? And yeah, Aristide, I think you can show two of the stories that that we created while you
for sure. And also I'd add that generally we like to use all placements, especially for e-commerce. Automatic placements have worked better for us in many occasions, but for this app, story ads were just getting all the best app downloads. So in certain occasions, and I like to do this only if the data is like really, really clear that this works better. But we went full with story ads, and it was, the results just started improving as well. But in general, unless the data tells me that there's one placement working way better than the other ones, I like to keep all of them because it usually varies. You'll have like right-hand side placement, maybe you're getting like 10% of your sales every week, but that's good because it reduces your CPA on other placements. So I wouldn't recommend this strategy for any e-commerce. Like be patient, and I would generally say go with all placements when you start. Let me just share my screen for these beautiful creatives we've made at the Mont Royal, which is a big park in Montreal.
Yeah, and funny story, this like we really had to create some videos because theirs were pretty bad, but it was like January or like the middle of winter, so it was super cold in Montreal. and trust me, the girls are really cold in the videos.
So I guess you also cover the creative part.
Yeah.
For your client.
Yeah, exactly. In general, we like to take care of the creative aspect of the advertising campaigns because we know what's working on Facebook and what's not. And when some people were like providing stuff, it's tough to go back and forth and say like, hey, you need to modify this. So we just say like, look, we'll take care of it, and we know what's working on Facebook and Instagram, so it'll be easier this way.
Yeah, for sure. And we can help, but we've seen how important visual is, and so literally half of our team are designers.
Yeah.
So let me just share back the
This
case
actually
study.
looks like a real story that I would see, like, for example, on Instagram,
Yeah.
maybe from a fitness influencer or something
Mhm.
like that. So it looks really genuine.
Yeah. Yeah, and you're a connoisseur in fitness. I see your stories these days.
Yeah, I'm a fitness freak.
Hmm. Would you have downloaded that app?
I think so. I've tried several apps before.
Yeah.
I really like just to see what's different about them. But now I'm actually working out with a trainer, so I don't really need an app anymore.
Yeah,
It's always
I
better.
agree.
That's the upgrade
Yeah,
Yeah.
from
I think
app to
think
trainer.
apps have like a low life expectancy. Like you don't use an app for months and months.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe only if you like, even if you would pay like on a yearly basis, you would still not be that consistent.
Yeah,
It has to be super dynamic and all constantly changing the
yeah,
content of the app to engage you, and
That's
of
true.
course you as a person need to be super ambitious and constant and motivated to
yeah.
follow that. Yeah.
I recently saw this product which looks really cool. It's for home workout. It's like a mirror with an
Yeah.
integrated video with someone that kind of tells you what to do in your workout.
Actually, Lululemon purchased that company.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I
that's
think
true.
they're called Mirror something,
Yeah.
but it's very cool. Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, in this COVID
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
situation,
pandemic.
it's a really cool alternative, and also these kinds of apps. So
Yeah. Yeah. I bet they're getting tons of sales these
yeah.
days. Mm.
Little story on fitness.
Yeah. For if you have fitness e-commerce stores in your group, they're gonna like that.
Yeah.
That's gonna spark some ideas for them.
For sure, hopefully.
Okay, so where were we at in that case study? Okay, so yeah, let's just hop onto the takeaways. So one thing you can do when you're showing advertising to your audience is to give them value. So as you can see on the first story or second you showed, I'm not sure because I can't see them. We just give little mini workouts and like different movements that people can do. So automatically they see that this app cares about them and wants to show them something that they can do. So that was getting good results. Fit your brand's message with advertising. They were a community, so we decided to take 3 girls. We had other videos where they were like more girl power and doing stuff together and everything. Their advertising at first was, as I was saying, very stock-like. So that didn't really work. It didn't fit the pump up vibe. Find the best placement, as Aristide was saying. You never know, so test at the beginning, try them all. But if you see that one is working way better, invest in that one. And yeah, Aristide, do you have other takeaways for Facebook advertisers in this group?
I do, thanks, Dorian. Um, yeah, so essentially what we did that was working well is we didn't start testing a bunch of different cold audience ads. And I see a lot of ad accounts that I start managing are doing this. Like they test a lot of interests. Like they're going to test every interest they can think of related to fitness. But I don't, in my experience, that's not where the money is, if you know what I mean. Essentially, I like to stick with a lookalike audience of their highest intent conversion. So if it's purchased, then great. But if it's add to cart at the beginning, that's where they have like the most amount of conversions that we can create a lookalike from. That's great. But we spent a lot of time working on the retargeting and the whole customer journey process. We started ads for people that were already customers to push them to stay with Pump Up. And so that was really good because it increased their retention. We've also worked on the retargeting of people who downloaded the app but did not become customer, and we had different time frames. So if after their free trial they wouldn't keep the upgrade, then we would start retargeting them with like the benefits and why they should just keep working with pump ups. Would show them like pictures of the social media apps, so pictures of people like posting, and funny enough, we had an ad for like, which I think is awesome. It's like a thank you ad after people buy, and this ad was getting an insane amount of conversions, and I don't exactly know why, but we've been doing that for a while now. I was doing this when I had my first watch company, and the cost per purchase was like the lowest of all our ads. And so I really recommend doing this. I think maybe people refer the app to their friends, or they just tag their friend in the comment, and so the ad is tracking some extra purchases. But it's just a really good thing, and I think it fits with the whole like inbound marketing thing these days. Like, be helpful, create a good relationship with your customers. And so spending in the extra money to create an ad that just says like, thank you for being like a pop-up customer. We're excited to see, to see you inside the app and see your different social media posts, makes a big difference. And so that was also a big takeaway.
Like you do that with emails, you thank people with emails. So we tried to do it with ads, and that worked.
Yeah, it's very cool idea. I never seen it before. I mean, no one targeted me to thank me for purchasing any fitness app so far. But and how did you actually do it? Like, did you post also an image or something, or only text, or how did the ad look like?
Yeah, so it was really just a normal ad with like a little celebratory, like this emoji with like confettis, and so we had this, and then we saw like, thank you for downloading Pump Up. We're excited to see your post inside the app. And that was just essentially it. Like, super simple, no call to action or anything. Just inside the ad copy, we'd still have like a button to like download the app at the bottom for if they tagged people.
Yeah.
But it was just getting a lot of like hearts emojis and like, that's awesome in the comments, and we were using the same ad, so we were stacking all the comments. And so when other people saw it, they would just like felt like there was a community there, and they felt more attached to the app. But it really helped them, and that's why they became profitable. They started getting their customers to stick around more. Like we say, I think like fitness apps, people already have difficulties to stick to their workouts, and so like an app helps, but it's not the most dynamic thing. But the community, I think, helps the most, and that's why a trainer, I think, works best, also because he's a human. But it does help to have this sense of community around your company.
Yeah, and it's not a big daily budget too. Like it's going to cost you maybe $100, a bit more a month, and you're going to have delighted customers. So it's definitely worth it.
And it's a super cool idea. Even in e-commerce, I've seen some brands that have created Facebook communities or other forums, just talking about the products, the experience behind it, the story, and just bringing people together. And that's, I believe that's very powerful. It also helps with word of mouth and all that organic marketing.
Yeah.
100%.
Definitely agree.
I think we have a question from Andre.
Yes.
Okay. Can you see the Q&A?
I actually can see it.
Cool.
I cannot see it.
Okay.
Where are you guys?
I think you're a Zoom rookie, bro.
Yeah, I am, man.
I'll read the question.
Yeah, read it, Aristide.
Okay, so how much overlap affected the ads that you made, and how much did you pay attention to overlap? Yeah, that's a good question. I honestly, for me, overlap has been half a myth and half a reality. I've rarely seen it affect the ads, although Facebook has been like more, how how can I say, more proactive. Like they're actually telling you, hey, you have 2 ads targeting the same audience, like switch them up. In my experience, like I don't want to keep 2 ads targeting the same audience for too long, but sometimes I want to test like a dynamic creative optimization ad, which you can only have 1 ad inside, and then an ad set like where you can create different ads inside the ad set. So I'll test both of these and I'll let them run for a few days, and I'll keep the best one. But yeah, in general, in theory, it's supposed to affect it a lot, but I would focus mostly on the results that you see. If you see results dropping, from Mozart, we didn't have that problem because we had all the different ads inside 1 ad set, so the lookalike 1% purchase. But if I was to target the lookalike 10% purchase, I would exclude the lookalike 1% purchase. So I generally exclude like all the audiences so they don't overlap. But I've also been running ads just to test with the same audience, and in general, it's not like a nightmare. I don't know if that answers your question.
Cool, awesome. And I have the last question for you guys.
Yeah.
Were you using also other channels in parallel with Facebook and Instagram for these 2 brands, or you were only in charge of these 2?
So Mozart, we did email marketing as well. They were using MailChimp, and we also used ManyChat. So they had broadcasts for Mozart. One thing that's really interesting about ManyChat is how crazy the open rates were compared to email. At this point, I think ManyChat was really recent. It had come out like maybe a year ago. So open rates were upwards of 90%, getting really good results and getting a lot of subscribers very fast. I think we did like a 1 week and a half campaign and we got like 900 subscribers on ManyChat. So yeah, switching from email to another kind of messaging marketing was really benefiting Mozart in general. And I think a lot of e-commerce brands could use that advice.
Yeah, I remember when ManyChat was new. I also used it a couple of years back when I had my brand. And I think now the open rates are pretty much similar to SMS, because also SMS has over 90%, and it's a pretty good channel to test along the other ones. So you would say that an omni-channel strategy is definitely worth it. So and to just create a strategy that is cohesive and make sure every channel talks to one another.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome. This was great, guys. Personally, I learned a lot and remembered a lot about Facebook ads from back in the days when I was using it. So
it was fun.
Cool.
Thanks for having us. And we were pretty good on the timing this time. We did 36 minutes.
Yeah.
Last time 36. We were at like 1:15 for a 45 minutes webinar or something.
Yeah,
it was too long.
Getting better. Yeah.
It was honestly my entire Facebook ads knowledge inside
it was
webinar.
so
like I honestly don't think I left out any piece of information about our Facebook ads strategy.
Yeah, and the bad thing is that the recording didn't work, so we weren't able to post it on YouTube. But this one is definitely going on YouTube as well, and will be also in the feed on Ecom Avenue.
Nice.
And I think the last thing would be just for you guys to tell us where could people get in touch with you and learn more about Shift.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, our website is probably the way to go. So I'm going to include the link in a post after the call. And we're also going to be nice and delight you with our new PDF for Facebook Ads 2021. So if that's of interest, you can just download it directly on Facebook. I'm going to include it. You don't have to leave your email or anything. It's like 50 pages long. and it's
Wow.
basically what Aristide was talking about in the webinar that wasn't recorded. So we're all good. It's saved.
And we'll
Awesome.
also give Dorian's number if you want to give him like prank calls and stuff.
Yeah. I'm gonna do like those people on Instagram text me.
Yeah. There's an app community. I don't know if you've heard of it.
Community? What
Yeah.
is it? No, I've
It's
never
like
heard of
a texting app where you could like leave your phone number. Perhaps you've seen it on Twitter. A lot of people have their phone number there, and you can directly text them. And some of them will send you like newsletters via text, stuff like that, just updates or I don't know, advice,
it. Man,
stuff like
this
that.
is for people who are addicted to notifications. Your
Yeah.
phone must ring all the time.
It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, notifications, another story.
Yeah.
When I see people that have enabled all the notifications on their phone and their like their screen is
No.
filled with notifications, I'm going crazy. I could never
Oh,
do
yeah.
that.
I just put do not disturb all the time, almost, on my phone.
Yeah,
I think
also keep it on silent. Yeah.
yeah, it's so crazy. I could like, yeah, I switched maybe a year ago to like, no, maybe more than that, to like less and less notifications. Seeing all notifications for me would be like so fucking overwhelming.
Yeah.
Like, what is
I
this?
get too anxious about them. Yeah.
Yeah, for real.
Cool. Thanks, guys, so much.
Yeah, thanks to you.
And thanks, Andre, for the question. And see you next time.
Absolutely.
100%.
All right,
Bye.
Talk soon, guys.
Take care.